Hello, I'm Jeremy, and welcome back to Jeremy U's Music Reviews. I listen to music and you hear my thoughts. I love Hobo Johnson. He's just such a bizarre, creative, and crazy artist. I was one of the few people who defended the revenge of Hobo Johnson and Hobo Johnson alienates his fan base, as while not perfect, they were both pretty fun and enjoyable LPs. But easily my favorite product from Johnson is his 2019 album, The Fall of Hobo Johnson. So let's see how Hobo Johnson's Fall resulted in a fantastic LP. This is a really good cover. It's essentially Hobo Johnson with flowers in his hair and some weird blue stuff on his face. It's incredibly simple but very attention-grabbing and captures the insanity of Hobo Johnson well. A simple cover, but one that's very effective.
Hey, what's your name? Talking's for the guys who hate. We should sit in silence while we think of what to say.
The album starts out with Hobo Johnson's most recognizable song, Typical Story. And it's a fantastic opener. The production is energetic and fun, with an awesome electric guitar, some fun percussion, and an enjoyable momentum and intensity that really immerses the listener into the song, and makes them want to know more. It's a very effective Hobo Johnson-esque production. Hobo Johnson himself also sounds fantastic. His voice is definitely an acquired taste, but Hobo Johnson's vocals are a perfect fit for his surreal style in my opinion, and this song demonstrates that perfectly. Johnson's vocals are incredibly passionate, fun, energetic, and enjoyably awesome, gelling with the production to create something enjoyably chaotic. An absolutely fantastic vocal performance. But what really makes Typical Story a great song is the lyrics. These lyrics are really cool. They're a series of intricate and complex mini-stories and a detailed series of Johnson's emotions. They have a unique charm that really makes Typical Story stand out and makes a great song even better. Typical Story is just an enjoyably insane, fun piece of awesomeness with fantastic production, really enjoyable vocals, and great lyrics. A great opener for a great album.
She makes my Mondays feel like Fridays. She makes my ruby Tuesdays taste like penny and honors.
Move Her Aware is such a cool song. The production is full of so many cool vocal samples, unique touches, enjoyable pianos, and really creative stuff. I can definitely understand why someone would hate this production, but in my opinion, the production for Move Her Aware is incredibly unique production that really demonstrates why Hobo Johnson is so cool. Johnson himself is also great. His vocal performance is enjoyably chaotic, perfectly demonstrating his vocal chops. It's a very emotional and sympathetic vocal performance that combines with incredibly strong production to make a great song even better. And these lyrics are also really cool. They're about a man who's in love with a girl, but she ends up moving so he can't confess his feelings for her. It's a very interesting premise, and the lyrics execute that premise in a uniquely Hobo Johnson-esque way. Very clever and interesting lyrics. Move Her Aware is a really cool and enjoyable song. The production is fantastic, Hobo sounds great, and the lyrics are really cool. I can understand someone not loving this track, but I love how enjoyably off the wall and really interesting it is. Another album highlight.
But I'm an ugly kid.
Ugly
enough to not want to exist. I'm an ugly kid.
Uglykid is by far my favorite song from this album. The production is absolutely gorgeous, with an incredibly relaxing vibe, beautiful trombones, lovely harmonizing, and really nice twinkles. It's absolutely incredible production that makes Uglykid stand out in an amazing way. And Hobo Johnson is so freaking great. His performance is incredibly raw and a unique mix of insecure and confident. It's a very interesting performance that really demonstrates what makes Hobo such a unique artist. I also like Elohim's hook. It's a very pretty hook that not only fits the vibe of the song, but the pristine smoothness of Elohim's hook contrasts beautifully off the quirky rawness of Johnson's performance. Two fantastic performances to go with a fantastic song. And the lyrics are amazing. The way that Johnson displays his emotions are so uniquely crazy, yet enjoyably heartfelt, in a way that only someone like Hobo Johnson could do. And while I could understand these lyrics not being everyone's cup of tea, I really like the way they gel together and make Uglykid something truly unique. Just absolutely incredible lyrics. Uglykid is a masterpiece. The production is beautiful, Johnson's performance is incredible, Elohim's hook is really good, and the lyrics are beautifully Hobo Johnson-esque. An absolute album highlight and a song I 100% recommend checking out. Just absolutely freaking fantastic.
Okay, picture this. There's this cold floating rock, right? And at the bottom of the rock, there's this ocean. At the bottom of the ocean, there's these little teeny amoeba, right? And after millions of years, these amoeba, they start turning into fish and swimming around. I don't know how it works, but it does.
You and the Cockroach is a pretty cool song. The production is decent with an enjoyably plink-plonky melody that doesn't really change, but at the same time doesn't really get annoying or irritating. The vocals are also good. Like in Uglykid, Johnson's vocals are really raw and disorganized, giving a very interesting and enjoyable performance that really fits the chaotic vibe of the song. But You and the Cockroach isn't really about the production or vocals, it's more about the lyrics. And these lyrics rule. It's basically Hobo Johnson telling the story of everything that happened in our human history, a la Bill Wurtz's History of the World, I guess. They're very fun, unique, and enjoyably silly lyrics that really make the song pop and feel fun. And the twist of telling the story from a cockroach's perspective is very interesting. You and the Cockroach is a very enjoyable pile of craziness, with solid production, fun vocals, and great lyrics. It's definitely not a song for everyone, but if you like Bill Wurtz's History of the World, check this one out. So far so good, HJ.
I wish that I was friends with Drake so I can dig through his trash and have a yard sale today. Damn, I wish my name wasn't Frank. Fuck! I wish it was Blake.
Subaru Crosstrek 15 is a solid bop. The production is really fun and toe-tapping, with a snazzy groove, cool twinkles, solid percussion, nice strings, and a snappy vibe. It's really unique production that's incredibly memorable, danceable, and fits with Johnson's aesthetic. Speaking of which, Hobo Johnson sounds great on this track. Like You and the Cockroach, Johnson's vocals are very raw and chaotic, gelling with the production to make a very satisfying sound that's still enjoyably wacky and quirky. It's a very solid vocal performance that perfectly fits the vibe of the song. The lyrics also rule. They're very clever, surreal, interesting, and uniquely Hobo Johnson-esque. And while the song is kind of a product placement, similar to Beats by AJR, Subaru Crosstrek 15 makes it work by gelling with Johnson's surreal style to make it feel natural. Great lyrics for a great song. Subaru Crosstrek 15 is a really good song. The production is awesome, Johnson's vocals are incredibly fun and goofy, and the lyrics are really creative and interesting. Subaru Crosstrek 15 is just an enjoyably quirky song that perfectly demonstrates Hobo Johnson's enjoyableness. Definitely an album highlight.
If I think of me, it makes me take it now. But if I die before I break, I won't mind, I'm yours to take.
Moonlight is decent. The production is appropriately Hobo Johnson-esque, with solid percussion, a good jazz riff, and some solid touches that make the song interesting. The only problem is that it's not really that distinctive compared to songs like Subaru Crosstrek 15 and Uglykid. It's still good production that does fit within the album, it just doesn't feel distinct. Johnson also gives a good performance. His vocals are raw and enjoyably chaotic, fitting with the production well and making the song feel really engaging. A solid vocal performance. The lyrics are also decent. The way that Johnson expresses the journey of this relationship is really interesting and Hobo Johnson-esque. And the references to Move Her Away are a nice touch. Great lyrics all around. Moonlight is alright. The production is solid, Johnson is his quirky self, and the lyrics are enjoyable. It's just that after songs like Typical Story, Uglykid, and Subaru Crosstrek 15, Moonlight kind of feels underwhelming. Not bad, but could have been better.
At best, stay the same, so you'll be fucking world renowned while I'm getting drunk.
Happiness is a very lovely track. The production is very lovely and beautiful, with fantastic pianos that manage to convey a ton of emotion through just a few keys. These pianos reach the perfect middle ground between subtle and theatrical, making happiness stand out in a way that Moonlight didn't. It's incredibly effective and amazing production. Johnson also sounds great. Like in Uglykid, Johnson's rough, raw, and unstructured vocals contrast beautifully off the song's elegant pianos, making the song feel even more unique. It's a fantastic performance that really engages the audience. As for the lyrics, they're also really good. They're about Johnson's bitterness and how it affects certain people, as well as how finding little bits of happiness will combat the effects of said bitterness and make him a better person. These lyrics are not only descriptive and perfectly Hobo Johnson-esque, but they also work amazingly with the production and vocals to make the song feel even more emotional and interesting. Fantastic lyrics all around. Happiness is an absolutely great song. The production is beautiful, the vocals are great, and the lyrics are descriptive, interesting, and uniquely Hobo Johnson-esque. An absolute album highlight that really demonstrates what makes this album awesome. Fantastic job, Hobo Johnson.
Said the guy who was high on the roof and he didn't come down till he came down, and you should really fucking cross your heart and hope to die. This place sucks, I wonder why.
All in My Head is another really cool track. The production is really unique and versatile, starting off with a simple acoustic guitar and slowly ramping up in intensity until it gets to this weird warbly effect that really makes the song pop, and we get a few cool instruments, including kazoos, drums, trumpets, and other neat little touches. It's really cool production that beautifully fits the atmosphere of the album. Johnson himself also kills it. His performance is very raw and emotional, really complementing the stripped back and quirky production, really making All in My Head resonate even harder. It's a really cool vocal performance that really complements the awesome production. As for the lyrics, they're also really good. They're very interesting, uniquely Hobo Johnson-esque, emotional, and all-around cool. They really demonstrate the unique lyricism of Hobo Johnson's music and why this album is so awesome. Really great stuff. All in My Head is a really good song. The production is cool, Johnson's vocals are fantastic, and the lyrics are really interesting. Another awesome song for an awesome album. Fantastic work all around.
Really, really weird to have the whole world judge you. Justin Bieber never even got a fair fucking shake. If you buy your mama a house when you're 13, you gon' be fucked up mentally, you know?
This song is actually how I found out about Hobo Johnson. See, I was watching a Worst Songs of 2020 video, and the guy hosting the video compared Lonely by Justin Bieber and Benny Blanco with Ode to Justin Bieber. And I looked up the song, as I liked how it sounds. And yeah, it's still one of my favorites from the John Man. Let's start with the production, and it slaps. It's incredibly crazy and chaotic, with an energetic violin, a toe-tapping groove, and a ton of goofy sound effects. I can understand that kind of thing making people want to turn away, but I personally think it's really fun and gives the song a lot of personality. I don't know if I consider it the best production of the album, but it's definitely in the top 10. Johnson also sounds fantastic. His frantic vocal performance works well with the chaotic production and gives the song a unique and enjoyable sound. It matches the energetic flow of the production and the amount of subject material that the song brings up. It's an enjoyable and fun vocal performance, and the contributions from Jack Shoot and JMSEY are nice additions. And then we have the lyrics. The song is essentially Hobo Johnson discussing how Justin Bieber, despite his fame and success, still has problems in his life, and how a lot of people don't understand him. And they really work. Not only are they as quirky as the other lyrics, but they really tackle the subject in an interesting way, showing that despite the success that people have garnered, it's hard to fully understand what they're like. They're very cool lyrics to a very cool song. Ode to Justin Bieber is absolutely fantastic. The production is awesome, the vocals rule, and the lyrics are great. If you're new to Hobo Johnson, this song's a great place to start. Great job, HJ.
The butterflies in my stomach have died. Now there's lowly caterpillars that are waiting for the night to strike, and they've been dying to escape.
February 15th is a decent track. Like Happiness, the production is a lot more stripped back, a contrast to the heavily sampled Ode to Justin Bieber. It's very nice and relaxing with a soothing guitar and some bursting intensity. It's not insanely complex, but it's effective and bounces off Ode to JB as well. Johnson's performance is also fantastic. I love how Johnson's performance continually rises from whispering to shouting to back to whispering. It's a really cool performance that Johnson excels at, and it gives the song a lot of emotion and passion. A very cool performance. And of course, the lyrics are great. They're about a girl that Hobo Johnson is having trouble forgetting, as February 15th is the day after Valentine's Day. Not only do they do a great job of fitting with the album's vibe, but they're very emotional, energetic, and interesting. Solid lyrics all around. February 15th is a simple track, but a very good one. The production is good, the vocals rule, and the lyrics are nice. Another solid track.
Shoot me in the face, but first let me smoke a cigarette that's laced with fucking arsenic and mace. Just kill me in my sleep.
Sorry, My Dear is a lot. The production is really nice, with a lovely piano that gives the song a nice atmosphere. It's very simple but effective production. But what really makes Sorry My Dear stick out is the vocals. Unlike the other songs in this album, Johnson's vocals in Sorry My Dear have this bizarre effect on them that makes him sound like a dying robot. And combined with Johnson's passion and emotion, it makes the song feel genuinely heart-wrenching. It kind of reminds me of Riley Ritchie's album Andy. It has the same grand production and effects and fragile vocals to make the emotions hit harder. A truly brutal vocal performance. And then we have the lyrics. They're just as brutal as the vocals. The way Hobo Johnson addresses death manages to perfectly fit with his aesthetic, are well written, and are very interesting. Really cool lyrics. Sorry My Dear is a very harsh song. The production is simple yet effective, the lyrics are complex, and the vocals are just something else, man. It's a pretty brutal listen, but one that's worth your time. Good job, HJ.
No, I just want a dog. I just want a dog. I just want a dog. Dog. No, I just want a dog.
And so we end the Fall of Hobo Johnson with the 12th and final track, I Want a Dog. And it's a solid closer that does a good job calming you down after Sorry My Dear. The production is very soft and idyllic, with nice pianos, infectious percussion, and a soft vibe reminiscent of the Clay Jam theme. It's very sweet production that gives the listener a relaxed feeling and helps give the album a nice, soothing landing. Great production all around. Johnson also gives a fantastic performance. His voice is very sweet and emotional, gelling with the production to give the song a calming vibe, while still communicating Johnson's emotional desires. It's a very solid and enjoyable vocal performance that perfectly fits the vibe of the song, and enhances the emotions in a great way. And then we have the lyrics. These lyrics are really good. They're about how Hobo Johnson's desires start out reasonable, just wanting a dog and a wife. But as the song goes on, his desires get slowly more ridiculous and extravagant, essentially showing how some people aren't happy with what they have and demand extravagant, crazy things. They're very solid lyrics that have HJ's signature charm and have an interesting theme. Cool stuff. I Want a Dog is a great song. The production is nice, Johnson gives a good performance, and the lyrics are interesting. A solid end to a great album. The Fall of Hobo Johnson is an album you're either going to absolutely love or can't stand in the slightest, as its wacky production, raw vocals, and unorthodox lyrics can draw in certain people while repelling others. And if the snippets I played didn't satisfy you, you're not going to get much out of this album. But overall, The Fall of Hobo Johnson is an enjoyably unique, raw, and fun project that I recommend giving a listen if this review made you even slightly interested. I don't know what's next for Hobo Johnson, but I can't wait for his next project. Fantastic job, Hobo Johnson. And that's it. Comment your thoughts on this album and your thoughts on Hobo Johnson, and tune in for more content when I make it. Till next time, this is Jeremy signing off. See ya!